Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Bunk and Pick podcast. Pick here with Bunk.
Yo, this is the Bunker here. Heck, I do in New York. Hey, we're in New York. My two New York teams are in, baby.
First one wasn't
I
New York.
I know.
You sounded like Ebenezer Scrooge. Got the same facial hair right now, too.
Hey.
I wish everybody could see this.
Oh, my God.
Pathetic excuse for a Fu Manchu.
It's coming in, man. It's growing. I'm growing her.
You're a grown-ass man. It's coming in.
It's been a couple days. I might do a Raleigh fingers.
Oh, yes,
twist
please.
It up at the end.
God, please do.
That would be pretty
Right
cool.
Now, you got the goose gossage going, though.
Goosey. I'm the goose man. I do have the goose
You
going.
do have the goose gossage
like
going.
it.
Very
Good.
much so.
That was good. That was a good.
Hey, a throwback, right? Bet you didn't think I was throwing that
I
out.
don't think you could go for the goose.
If we were going new age, though,
Who would I be?
Andrew Chafin,
I've never heard of him.
pitcher for the Tigers. He
Okay, don't
also has the Fu Manchu.
know. I was going to do my New York accent, roll
Okay.
a ball or two here. Both my New York teams are doing good in the baseball world. And we're going to get to it, but my Giants look really freaking good last night. Hello.
What about your Jets?
No, they suck.
You don't want to talk about them?
No, we will. We'll get there. Hey, well, let's...
Hang on. There's
what?
at least 20 more teams we have to say that are yours. So how about your Chargers?
No. They're not.
How about your Tigers? How about
no.
how about your Baltimore Ravens?
No, I'm not a Raven guy today.
Got him.
That was a good game, though.
It was a good game. All right.
There was a lot of... You know what? We got some great college football.
Oh, my God. What a crazy sports weekend.
It was a great weekend. We got some great baseball, and we got some great NFL.
Yeah.
So, with that, I think we start with baseball.
Have to.
Gotta start baseball. It's our thing. Well, it is now.
So before that, we hit a milestone last week, so I do want to thank everybody here, right? We are over 600 downloads now,
600 downloads.
means a lot to us. So first and foremost, thank you all so much for tuning in, paying attention, because it definitely keeps us going. So thank you for that.
Hey, what do we do when we have something like that?
Oh, wait, we're done. Okay.
Hey,
All right.
wolf.
All right.
It's Halloween. Oh, boy.
All right. Speaking of Halloween, there was some pretty bad baseball by some teams, but some really good baseball by others.
Which was bad? Who was bad?
The Tigers did not look good that first game. They got
First game.
Cleveland looks very good.
Cleveland was rested. They had their number one guy going. They look good. I think today's game is with Scoobles going
Oh yeah.
for the Tigers. And honestly, if they can't win with him, I think they're going to be struggling because he's by far their number one guy.
Yeah, I mean AJ Hinch came out and said we're going to pitch Scooble and then it's chaos behind him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a rotation.
He's that good, but they got to hit. I mean, you can't score 0 runs. I don't care who's pitching. You got to score some runs.
Right.
So that's going to be a good one. I think that'll be a good one.
That goes for Kansas City as well. Man, they shut down old Bobby Witt that first game.
You know, here's a funny thing. As we all know, I'm a big Yankee fan.
Wait, you?
Yankees did not play well.
You like the Yankees?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards them. I'm leaning into them. That what the kids say? The kids saying we're leaning into it.
You're vibing. You're vibing with them.
The Yankees did not play well. Friggin' Judge was a strikeout king, and so was Bobby Witt. Actually, he didn't play as far as hitting. Got some errors from the Yankees. In all honesty, if Kansas City had just done a little bit more, they probably should have won the game. Yankees came in with Doogie getting some hits.
I know, friggin' Doogie.
And they were up in the air about starting hit. Oh my God. Hey, I like The Martian. I gotta just kind of go to a side here.
Uh-oh.
I like The Martian.
Here comes the anger.
Dude, I think I can play the outfield better than him at my age.
No, you can't.
God, he's horrible.
Absolutely no way you're better than him in the outfield. That's an erroneous
He is
saying
horrible.
right there.
And Doogie's defense definitely saved a run on one hit. And he actually hit the ball. But their top guy, I mean, Soto had a bunch of hits. But other than that, it was, there were other players.
It was pretty back and forth. If Kansas City goes the way Bobby Witt goes, if he slumps right now, it's done. Because the rest of the team is very good, but he is the catalyst. Everything kind of builds around him every game.
And he picked honestly, he picked a bad game to not have a good hitting game because they really, in all honesty, they should have beat the Yankees.
They should have. So tonight, because we are recording on Monday, tonight's game will be pretty interesting. Who is on the bump for the Yankees tonight?
God.
Rodon?
The Rodinator.
Okay. That's 100%. Kansas City has to win that game.
They have to win. And Rodon, he's either like really good, which is not that often, or he gets lit up. And I mean, Cole got lit up. Shit.
Cole did get hit.
He got crushed.
Pretty hard. Surprising.
He got the crap knocked out.
There's a lot of really good hitters on that can, but still, they're going to go as Bobby Witt goes.
No, I agree. And if Judge starts heating up, that's going to be an issue. But he doesn't. I love him. I love my Judgy, but he doesn't tend to do great in the playoffs for whatever reason. So we'll see.
Can I have a gripe about that series? And it has nothing to do with either team.
Okay.
Why the hell are they putting the Yankees on friggin' TBS True TV?
Oh no.
Like, why aren't these companies putting this as it's playoff baseball?
I don't know. It's hard to find.
I get that NFL is king, whatever.
Yeah.
It's playoff baseball, though. They can take one night off.
I thought it would be on the regular channels as well. It's not.
It's on Max, True TV, or TBS.
Wow.
That's come on, man. You want people to watch the game, and they're worried about viewership for baseball? That's horrible.
Maybe
call.
Barkley's going to call it.
Oh my god!
Stick with TBS.
Oh my god!
Hey, I got to tell you, one of my new guys. I got a new guy. He's not a Yankee either. Kind of liking him. Salvador Perez.
Sally Perez. He's
like
good.
him.
He is very good. He's been good for a long time.
He's been good for a long time. He's friggin' huge, by the way.
Yeah, hits the ball a mile too.
God, he's a gigantor. Good guy though. I'm kind of liking him.
Good guy.
I agree. Liking him. I don't want him to beat us or anything, but he seems like a nice lad. So I like that. All right, so that was the Yankees and the was the AL.
Well, yeah. So the ALDS. We're in the ALDS right now. Cole Reagans is hittable. So I mean, even if Rodon gives up 4, I still think the Yankees have a good shot at winning.
I think the Yankees are got it. I think they do too.
If they win tonight, it's a sweep.
It's going to be tough
because they only it's going to be. Honestly, it might not be a sweep, but it'll be over.
It could be.
It'll be over.
I'd like to see it.
I know you would.
I tell you, he's hitting this friggin' Gleyber Torres. What the hell happened to him here last quarter of the season?
He's always been a good hitter.
I know he gets so much crap though.
Because they were he's in the Yankees lineup. Everybody's in our microscope.
I know. But I mean, guys like him and Austin Wells and Verdugo, I mean, those guys won the game.
For sure.
So we'll see.
With that, do they move on? ALCS.
Mm-hmm.
Rizzo's back?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
They're paying him enough money to.
Well, I think he's the one that said no. I'm not 100%.
Right, but you would.
If
he'll make the roster.
He'll make the roster. Well, if he makes the roster, he's playing.
You start him?
Oh yeah, he's just for his defense.
That's true.
I mean, you got to do that. Oswaldo Herrera, though, he's a good player. He hits the ball. He actually made a great save at first base.
He's a very good player.
But he's a bench guy, and he's not going to be anything more than a bench guy ever. And I like him, but that's his role. I don't know. We'll see. They got to win. They have to win. I mean, Kansas City ties it up today. I got to be honest. I think it's going to be a longer series.
Yeah. Really, really good. On the other side of the AL, I know we talked about it for a second, but I mean, Cleveland's Matthew Boyd's out on the bump tonight. He's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's good.
Skubal, if he gets touched up at all, their offense looked really, really bad that first game. I get it. That was a good pitcher they were up against, but still.
I didn't get it. It's one game I actually didn't see. They were on early. They were an early game. I didn't get a chance. I saw the score. I think what happened is I saw the score. I think they got out pretty early on them.
Yep.
And then I kind of kept up with the score and saw they weren't doing anything. So I didn't go back to it. But, yeah, I mean, Cleveland is like the unknown, man. They could sweep that, and they possibly could go all the way.
A very good team.
Yeah.
Very good team.
I agree.
All right, let's look over on the NL side.
Oh, my God.
Man, the Mets, man.
The Miracle Mets.
They are the miracle friggin' Mets right now.
Holy crap. I mean, I'm as shocked as anybody.
That I didn't see that coming. Now, Phillies did come back in that game last night, but the Mets have been playing them like really tough. And the lineup for the Phillies, that first game looked atrocious.
Yeah, they didn't do good. And last night, yesterday was back and forth.
It was very back and forth.
That was a crazy, crazy game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. I think that one's going 5.
Goes 5. Who takes it?
You know, I think it's going to go 5, and it's going to go late into the 5th game, maybe, and maybe a home run by somebody.
The Mets are this year's Arizona.
I mean, I'm shocked, man, but they are hanging.
They are.
I don't think. Their relievers are. I mean, they have Diaz in there. Diaz is the one who got beat.
Yeah,
and he's a good reliever.
Yeah.
He's the right guy to have in there.
He did not have a great year this year, though.
No, I mean, I don't know that either team has any guys that can blow you away.
You would think that Philly, on paper, would just be over before it started.
But
it's been
I thought Philly was going to blow through this. I mean, I didn't
crazy
think they'd have an
competitive
issue.
those games,
and they're not. I mean, they did. Yeah, it was a fun game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed watching that one because it went back and forth. But man, I honestly don't know. I think it goes 5. I think it goes 5 late innings. Somebody hits a dinger and wins it. I think it's a dramatic win in 5. That's my guess.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that because both teams, like the matchups, when you're watching them on paper, it's different. But when you're watching the game, man, they're like very even on the field.
They are.
The Mets are surprising. They're doing right now.
I'm shocked. I'm going to be honest with you. Number one, I didn't think they'd make the playoffs.
Last day? They make it on last day.
I was
crazy.
Surprised they won the first game against Philly. That was shocking. And yesterday could have went either way, to be honest with you. I mean, they had them there for a while. So that's going to be a good one. Anyway, switch over to the other side. I got to tell you, I don't think the Dodgers move on, man.
They'll be fine. They'll move on.
I do not think so.
They'll move on. They'll win this.
I think the
series.
Padres, they got that look like they're going to win.
That was, man, I get it that the fan was being an asshole throwing stuff at Profar and
he kind of started shit. Though.
He started shit.
He definitely started with his shit.
That whole San Diego team's loud as shit.
You don't like them. You don't like Machado.
That shit afterwards. That shit in the 8th inning with Tatis like sticking his tongue out and at the fans and like gesturing to him. Dude, just get in the fucking dugout and play the game.
No, I agree 100%. They made a big deal of it, but they were and Profar he started that shit.
Yeah.
When he robbed that home run, he turned around and started mocking the fans.
Right.
Why the hell are you doing that?
Right.
Fans aren't part of the game. Move on.
And it's a late night game. They're probably drunk. Why are you going to do that?
But I will say, man, I don't think the Dodgers, I don't think their pitching's that good. I just don't see them doing it, man.
I think the Dodgers will make it through this. They might not win. It might go 5, but they'll make it through.
Oh, okay, I'm going to disagree with you.
I know, our first disagreement. First disagreement right there.
Disagreeing, yeah. And I'm not the greatest fan of all the guys on the Padres. I mean, I don't like the way they play ball either, but I do think they got something going.
The Dodgers should not have done that.
No. But
the Dodgers fans, but dude, know where you're at. Know what's going on.
They're mouthy. The
they're
Padres
so
are mouthy.
goddamn mouthy.
They are. I agree with you.
And every single big name sports media outlet is begging for Tatis to move on because they love showing his bullshit.
Oh, they love it.
And
then he hit two. I mean, he did. Home runs.
He is a phenomenal player. I'm not going to take. I respect him as a baseball player, but he is a child. He acts like a very small child.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I will say one thing: when all that stuff happened yesterday, Profar was being a friggin' idiot. Even when they pulled him in, he was still yelling and screaming. And I know you're not a Machado fan, but Machado was the one that pulled him. He was yelling. He was in his face like, "Stop, man!"
That's what I'm saying. That team, he's the mature one.
He is the
Manny
mature one.
Machado is the mature one.
He is because they were in the dugout. He was the one talking.
What the fuck is going on?
Hey, it's a bizarre world, man.
It was bizarre. It makes me angry.
Sorry, I know you don't like them. Hey, before we move off baseball,
millionaires acting like 12-year-olds.
Oh God, bazillionaires. Let me one more note before we move off baseball.
Okay,
Terry Francona going to the Reds.
I think that's a great,
beautiful move.
That's a great move.
That is a great move, and I know he got out because of some health reasons.
Yeah.
But these guys, they go off for, he's doing the Urban Meyer thing.
Yeah.
Go at it for a year and then I'm good. Let's go.
Heart surgery is a hell of a thing these days in 2024.
I mean, I like that move, man. I think that's going to make a big, big difference for them next year. They got a good young team. I think Francona's the right guy for that. Just as a side note, I'm with you on
Tito.
That.
I think that was a great move. Great move.
All right.
I know football is going to dominate the next few talks, so I do want to talk soccer really quick.
Oh, man, I know. Are you going to bring up the Austin team?
Yep. Chelsea on fire. Man, they look good.
Wasn't there like a guy who scored like a bunch of goals or something?
Nicholas Jackson. He's
Holy
on
crap.
fire. Cole Palmer's on fire. They look like a real team, which is great.
Okay.
Building off of what the U.S. national team's new coach built there with Mauricio Pochettino. That's right. I didn't say bless you. That's not a sneeze.
Pochi.
Mauricio Pochettino.
We call him Pochi.
Which we will be at that game. We can
will.
give everyone a firsthand look at the new team and see what we actually
Saturday night, we'll be there.
Saturday night versus Panama.
And yes, sir. That'll be fun.
It's going to be fun. His first game. Austin FC fired their coach.
They did. The Wolf is gone.
Yeah, Wolf out. It needed to happen.
Yeah, you can't keep losing. You can't.
They looked miserable this year.
So what happens? What happens now to his son?
He's under contract.
Do you think is he a good enough player to still be there?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He's good enough to start.
It's kind of weird though, isn't it?
It is, but it's a weird business where think of it this way: if you were the coach of my team, which is a professional team, which we both signed different contracts for, you got let go. My contract is still valid.
No, I know it's still just kind of.
What'll happen is if he goes and gets another coaching job somewhere, his son will go with him. But he has 2 kids in the MLS. His other son plays for Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
that was. And how he'd been there 3 years?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not winning enough. It's time.
They looked like with the payroll that they put into that team this past year, they looked really bad. And the turning point was the whole. And I know it's a weird tie-in, but it was the United States men's national team. When all that drama happened after the Qatar World Cup, the director of operations was Giovanni Reina, the kid that was at the middle of all that bullshit. That was his dad. Was running Austin. Had to step down because of all that. Right? So they got in a new guy his philosophy is much different. So I think they just need to go towards that. But it was time. Josh Wolf's a great human being. He's a all right coach, but
it's a performance based. I mean,
100%.
Pro sports you got to win. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not gonna be the nicest guy in the world.
So he got let go that night.
Okay.
Yep. So
it'd be interesting to see who they bring in and how that works.
it will be. Please, Lord, not Greg Berhalter. Please.
Oh,
don't bring
no,
back
I don't think.
Berhalter.
I'll talk to Maddie.
Yeah, give McConaughey.
McConaughey. Maddie.
Shoot him a text. No Berhalter.
There's some ideas for you, bro.
Please, no Berhalter. Go get the biggest manager in the world. Maybe they'll come to MLS. It won't be that, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. MLS is such a big parity league that the fact that Austin hasn't really, the 1 year they were very good was kind of a lot of things bounced their way the whole year. And then the first game they got crushed in the playoffs. And they just haven't built since. And it's such a big parity league, much like the NFL, that really you should be, every 3 or so years, you should be making a playoff.
Yeah.
Right? And it just didn't look like, they looked like they were getting worse instead of better. So.
No, good. We'll see. Hey, and we will recap our U.S. men's team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday game.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
That'll be a fun game.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we get into football. Do you want to go college or NFL first?
Let's do college.
Oh, my God.
I got to tell you, I think I poo-pooed myself a little bit on the Alabama game. I was so excited.
What the? Oh.
I poo-pooed.
What did you say last week? What did you say last week? It's really dirt in that backside or something. Real muddy backside or something like that. It was very strange.
I loaded the old dumper truck.
Oh, God.
Loaded the dump truck watching that game.
No. That was a crazy game.
Oh, man.
Just every minute, I was like, oh, Alabama's going to score on them. And they didn't score.
Because they always do. It's the same. I've watched Nick Saban do that every year. Every time you get your hopes up, somebody's going to beat them. They always pull it out, and they honestly could not pull it out. That was just
no.
Did you see Vanderbilt? They walked the post
3 miles
down the street,
threw it in the river.
That's awesome.
And then when they left, the fire department pulled it out of the river and took it back to the stadium.
But the game, I got to tell you, that quarterback for Vandy was
good.
He made every play he had to make on 3rd and 4th down.
Pavia. Yeah. How about this? Last year, he was at New Mexico.
Yeah.
He beat Auburn.
Really?
Yes. With Jerry Kill as the head coach. Jerry Kill goes be assistant coordinator or whatever. Vanderbilt brings along Pavia and a couple other guys too. Beat Alabama.
I got to tell you, that was
crazy.
That was a shocker, man. But it was honestly, it was a really, really good game. But I think what it exposed to me is what we've been talking about. Alabama's defense just isn't that great. And either is Georgia's, to be honest with you.
And throwing an absolute fit at the end of the game. Who was it, 13 or 15 for Alabama? Did you see the end?
Oh, yeah.
Throws his mouth guard, kicks the ball.
I know.
Like, dude.
They're not as disciplined under this new coach.
Not one bit.
I gotta tell you.
There was a story that came out after the game that their big-time DB, Caleb Downs, really, I think it's Caleb Downs, right? He's there, whichever one of those guys. Awesome player, captain of the defense, made a bad play. They go to sub him out, and he told him no. He told the head coach, no, I'm staying in the game.
Wow.
You can't do that.
No, they don't. He wouldn't say that to Saban.
Oh, my God, Saban.
Saban would freaking rip his head off.
Oh, my, yeah, that's what, yeah. There was an ESPN analyst who is heavy on SEC. I won't say names just in case, but he's bald and wears glasses.
Okay.
Said Nick Saban's the reason they lost the game because he gave Vanderbilt the quote of,
oh my God,
that's the easiest place. That's not a hard place to play football. Come on, man.
And that, all that shit doesn't translate when you're playing. I'm sorry. It's good locker room shit to get you moved up, but it doesn't.
You get
once
punched,
the game starts.
Yeah, once you get punched in the mouth once, you either come back motivated or you're stunned.
Anyway, I loved every minute of it. Loved it.
We get to follow that up with another huge upset. Tennessee.
Oh, my God.
Arkansas's defense looked really good.
Tennessee looked bad.
They looked really bad.
God, they didn't look good at all.
What was that quarterback thinking running out of bounds?
I don't, man.
Throw the ball. At least give him a chance. And I get it. He's young. He's
I know, but that's it. That's the game. Game's over.
Game's over. You have to throw it.
I mean, they did not look good. Arkansas is not a bad team, but they didn't look good.
That is not a fun environment at night. Texas learned that a few years ago. Arkansas is. Those fans are wild at night. They've been drinking all day.
Arkansas is a tough place to play, but it's still Tennessee should have had the better players.
Yes, I was just say I'm happy Texas is going to play. I think it's like an 11 a.m. game at Arkansas.
It's going to be a tough game. They're a tough. They're a tough team to beat, man.
They are. Texas' schedule looks a lot harder now.
I agree.
It looks a lot harder. They have Kentucky on there. They've got
Kentucky's.
They've got Arkansas. Vanderbilt's on there, but I don't know if that was just a one-off.
I don't. I mean, I think you can fool one team one time, but everybody's. Yeah. They're not going to sneak up on anybody.
No.
So that was a good one, though, man. Those are two. How about Michigan?
Yes, Washington. There's two big upsets. There was two big upsets in the Big Ten.
There was.
Yep. Michigan goes down to Washington. Washington looked bad. Yep. Don't die over there. Don't die on me. He's dying on me, everyone. Ooh. Oh, he's back. All right. He's revived.
I was getting choked up over those games, man.
Washington looked good.
Washington looked
Michigan
really good.
has some offense problems. Holy shit, they're bad.
They're not a very good team.
God, their offense is bad.
That coach ain't going to lie. You can't.
Hell no.
You can't lose like that.
With that crazy contract he accepted, where he's getting like only $500,000, and it's a 1-year contract. He's going to be gone after this year.
Yeah. Hey, and shout out to Medium G, Penn State. Like I said,
top 5,
top baby. I think they're in the toppers.
They are. They play USC this week.
USC sucks.
They do suck, but Penn State has to go to USC. They're going to be traveling for that game after USC just got beat by Minnesota, which Minnesota's defense looked really friggin' good.
That coach did you watch that game?
Oh, he was losing his mind. It was awesome.
God, it was awesome.
I love PJ Fleck.
Watching him.
I love PJ Fleck.
He's awesome.
He's one of my favorite. Man, he cannot recruit, but my God, he is awesome at X's and O's.
That was just an amazing thing to watch. But
they fun.
They played well. I mean, a lot of good. I mean, I'll tell you, like, my disappointment was Iowa just getting destroyed.
They look just still fine for their offense sucks.
They still have no offense.
They only want to run the ball, and it's just not that you can't do that. And
at what point do you think they actually get rid of the coach? He's been there like 50 years.
Man, I think
I think he's just.
It's a Mac Brown thing where he'll get forced out into retirement.
He's had his time. He's been a great coach, but they're just not. They're not. I don't know. That they can't beat any of the better teams. They have zero offense. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah. So that was pretty. Yeah, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch them when they have the ball.
It's absolutely.
And it's been like that for 5 years now.
It's been like that too long. And what about how about A&M just blew Missouri off the field?
Hot take, that's the scariest game left on Texas' schedule. They have to go there at night.
They do. And that's a big, big game.
Texas at A&M in Kyle at night.
Yeah. That's going to be that's a tough game.
That is a hard game.
Man, there's some good. I tell you what, I think the SEC and the Big Ten are Big Ten. I gotta say, USC was I thought they were going to be. I think you guys called that right. They're not prepared for the way the
not
Big
the
Ten,
physicality, man.
The physical.
It's so
and the big
physical,
up front, and they're used to the West Coast, and it's just not translating well.
It's crazy to see like. The two biggest conferences, SEC and Big Ten at this point, and they really play football very, very similar. Huge linemen. Yep. The only difference is I think the defensive linemen are bigger in the SEC, where there's maybe just a touch more speed in the Big Ten. But my God, man, those guys are huge.
But it's different than the West Coast stuff. The big,
you can't.
I mean, it's just not it doesn't translate at all.
Those teams are going to have to reach into the heartland for big players. They're going to have to reach into the Southeast. But who the hell, if you're from Florida or Georgia or Alabama and USC comes to your door,
you're not going there.
You're not going there.
You got too many other, these other teams, you're not going there. I don't think so.
But I wouldn't. Oregon is probably the only team that can, just because they're going to throw just ungodly amount of money at you. As Phil Knight has stated, I want to see a national championship before I die. He's getting older. He's willing to put all his money on the line for that school.
Well, he can now, NIL.
That's what I'm saying. So Oregon might be the only one that can pull those physically big recruits. Like the guys in Texas that are huge, they're going to Texas or A&M. If they're not going there, they're going to LSU or Alabama.
But you got to change your offense. You got to change everything to match. And USC is just not a very good team. I guess we're going to find out. They play Penn State this weekend, but
I think Penn State beats the brakes off them if they show up. But if that's a long flight. That's a very long flight. We'll see if they show up.
No, I agree.
Other big kind of almost like an upset. Really, I think Miami got exposed these past 2 weeks.
Oh, I do too.
Cal played,
beat them. God, they should have beat
Cal
them.
blew it. And saying that the quarterback Cam Ward is the Heisman. I don't know.
I don't think
Man,
so.
he had to put up those numbers because he was in a situation where they should not. That game shouldn't have been like that.
No, that was I think Miami's exposed as well.
Yeah. I would say Your wire is hitting your microphone there, Bunk.
Oh, I was trying to pop you.
I was trying to be quiet about it, but I'm going to call you out on. There you go.
Oh man, damn it! I'm the IT guy too. Shit.
Anyways, Clemson's offense, Florida State kind of held them for a while.
Yeah, but man, Clemson's what? They're ranked 10th.
15?
No, 10.
10.
AP. I mean, so we got after this crazy weekend, we got Texas back to number 1.
Oh my God, we're going into 2 massive weekends too. You've got Texas at 1, and then the Big Ten. Really,
Ohio State,
Oregon, Penn State, and then Georgia, and Miami at 6 is. I don't agree with that.
I'm surprised they actually dropped Alabama down to 7.
Well, Saban isn't there anymore,
okay,
so
it's a Saban. Saban's worth two shots there.
Like Ole Miss they did not look good against South Carolina.
They're not looking good anymore, man.
Very
disappointed.
That happens every year. They get beat when they shouldn't.
Yeah, they didn't look that.
And then they look like they're scrambling for 3 weeks.
What about my Notre Dame, baby?
They play nobody.
Okay, I knew you were going to crush them.
They don't play anyone.
God, you're brutal, man.
Who?
Well, just saying.
Make a case. Okay, make a case.
Oh, wait. You know who a dangerous team is? Indiana. They are killing everybody.
You know who's a really dangerous team?
Who?
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
They're beating everybody quite bad.
Iowa State and Indiana.
That coach from Indiana. Best press conference. Google me. I win. Google me.
I mean, there's going to be some good. I think Texas is going to have a tough. I mean, if they can run that gamut, they deserve everything they get.
Yes, they do.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yes, they do.
And I think we got. I'm assuming we got Ewers back this week.
Ewers is expected to be back. I think the press conference says they're going to be coy about it, but who cares? Arch is pretty damn good. I feel comfortable with either. Here's what I don't feel comfortable about. It's the Red River rivalry. It's the shootout. I don't care if Oklahoma is 0-5 at this point. They're going to show up and play unbelievably hard.
No, they're going to play good, but I just don't think they have the players this year. Although
their offense sucks.
They're 4-1, but
Jackson Arnold's out. Newsflash, he's not going to be at the game.
The Arnold leader.
Yeah, he threw about 19 picks over those first 2 games.
Yeah.
Got benched, so. True freshman quarterback for them. Their offense is missing all their wide receivers. I just don't.
It's going to be tough.
The Texas defense is good.
I like it.
But it's a rivalry game, so you never know.
So we're going to watch Texas, Oklahoma Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to get on the express train down to the stadium and watch the U.S. men's team.
Yep.
Soccer. That's awesome.
Yes.
Good Saturday.
Yeah, very good Saturday.
I like it. And hopefully by then, we got the Yankees in the... okay, just saying.
In the ALCS. Big games there are some big games this week in college football, real quick. I'd like to get your takes on some of these.
Yes, sir.
Alabama's at South Carolina. Or no, South Carolina's at Alabama.
I'll tell you what, South Carolina is not a bad team.
No.
I think Alabama beats them, but I think it's going to be close.
Okay. Penn State, USC, Penn State.
I'm going Penn State for the defense.
I just worry about the drive. Or the flight.
You have to drive, they're fucked.
No.
It's over. If they're
somebody's driving.
If they're driving, they've had to leave today, and they're going to lose.
If they drive, they're fucked. Cal Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's winning.
They are. They're undefeated.
I'm going Cal. I watched Cal play.
They're
not
good.
Bad, man. You know, they got that Aaron Rodgers look to him.
Oh, God.
He's a Cal guy.
Yeah, I know. So's Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, God.
I like him more.
Marshawn went to college?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Cal. At one of the most prestigious academic schools in the nation.
I'm just not a Marshawn Lynch. That's a whole different story. I'm not a fan.
I'm just here because
I know.
Don't want to get fined.
Thank you.
All right. Arizona, BYU.
Got to go at this point, BYU. They're beating everybody. Although I think Arizona's pretty good.
Arizona's pretty good. Florida, Tennessee.
Yeah, Florida clawing themselves back. I think Tennessee rolls them.
Claws their way back.
Come on, they're clawing. They got the clapper going.
All right, and then we hit some really interesting games, the night games. Ohio State, Oregon.
I'm going to Oregon.
I think, man,
I'm hoping
they
Oregon.
looked awful the first 2 weeks, but
I like them.
I lean towards Oregon right now, although that Ohio State offense is pretty unbelievable. They are really good.
I think Oregon beats them. Going Oregon.
Okay, is that Oregon? So
going Oregon.
Ole Miss, LSU.
Are they driving out there?
They're driving
with Penn State.
Yeah, okay. Loading up in the bus, yellow bus, all the way.
Yowzer.
Ole Miss, LSU.
Wow, that's a good one. I'm going Ole Miss. I don't think LSU is that good.
I'm going LSU.
Oh, I don't think they have.
I'm going LSU.
You got to watch their coach get all mad on the sideline.
Yeah, he can turn as red as a cherry if he wants, but I just think
I don't think so. I think Ole Miss. Wins.
I think Ole Miss.
No,
I think the blueprint was shown how to stop Ole Miss.
I don't think so.
I think the blueprint was shown how to stop them. LSU has a good defense.
We'll see.
Now you got me coughing.
Yeah, they're choking you up.
All right, in the 9:15 game.
Yes, sir.
Really want to hear what you feel about
Kansas State, Colorado.
Who's going to win that Kansas State?
Colorado's coming on strong, baby, and I'm a big fan. No, I'm not. I hope Kansas State absolutely freaking destroys them, but you know what? They may not.
Kansas State looks good.
They should.
They had one stumble. That BYU game was a stumble.
We need to bring. I will say the only saving grace I have for people is that they're not ranking freaking Colorado.
They will if they win this game.
If they win this one, they will. But
do they deserve to be ranked at that point, though?
No, I don't like them.
Okay.
I don't like them.
Take away the coach.
They deserve to be ranked if they can beat Kansas State. But I hope they don't.
Okay.
Just FYI, I hope it's a blowout.
I hear you.
It's only a 4. You only got Kansas State by 4, by the way.
I know.
That's pretty crazy.
I know. So those are the big ones. Like, there's some traditional rival big games like Notre Dame, Stanford, but Stanford's not good.
They're not that bad.
Not good.
Okay, just checking.
Notre Dame's gonna win that game.
All right.
They're gonna win that game. Clemson, Wake Forest, blah.
Clemp.
Yeah,
we're clamped.
And then
how about Washington, Iowa? I think.
Oh my God.
I think Washington wins.
No, Iowa will win that game.
All right.
Iowa wins that game.
Yeah, if there's gonna be some good the night games we're not gonna see. We'll have to watch it on our phone.
We got phones. I got some recordings happening.
Okay.
I'm definitely recording that Colorado game. I'm going to check the score, and if it's a blowout on Kansas State side, I'm going to watch every minute of that game.
Oh my God!
When I get home.
Okay. Hey, Cam Rising playing this week?
Who knows?
Okay.
They're talking about giving him another red shirt.
Fuck.
Last thing I want to talk is you are a curmudgeon-y old fan.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on these kids sitting out right now and to preserve their red shirt?
I think
so they can transfer.
I think that's crap.
We got another one just entered. Otis from Alabama just decided to redshirt himself because he's not playing enough.
I think it's okay. Here's my take. They have the right to do whatever they want, but if I'm a coach of another team, I'm very like that kid who went for the NIL.
Yeah, I'm not taking him.
Why are you taking him? Why would I take this kid who is giving up on his team? He's been with the team the whole time, and he's pissed because he's not playing, and he wants to leave. So that would be my take. They have every right to do it, but if I'm a coach looking for players, that is a huge red flag for me. I wouldn't bring him in. And I think that quarterback's going to have a really hard time finding somewhere to play in any kind of a meaningful. He might get I don't think he's going to get a top tier team looking at him. Is my take.
Yeah, I don't think any I agree. You're giving, and I come from let the kids make their money,
do whatever they want,
but there has to be. We're hitting this point where the NIL thing is affecting so much that it's almost politicians can't do anything for you because politicians have an agenda and they went to these schools that they want to favor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like any other fan. They're not going to do anything for you. It's up to the schools and the coaches to hold accountability. And they say that coaching's a brotherhood and stuff like that. Like if a kid gave up on me and you were a coach at another school and you took him, I'd be like, you're an idiot. I would call you an idiot.
I would agree. I wouldn't take him.
They need to just band together and say, sorry, man, you tried to get your money and you didn't, and you don't have a place to play.
Plus,
go play D2.
It is. You know what? I was always against the NIL, as you know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I get it. But now it's it's gone to where I was hoping it never would go. It is running, and it's so big now that it's not even just a one-time NIL, you come here to Texas or somewhere and play. Now it's like, I'm going to play. Oh, wait a minute. I can go over here and make more NIL money. Or I can just, like these guys, I'm going to sit out. And I mean, that to me, that's not college sports, man. I don't like it at all.
It's not. It's not.
I think the only way it stops is, you're right, is other coaches.
The coaches
quit
together
doing it and just say, you know what?
No,
we're not taking you.
Pay the guys. Whatever. Pay them when they first get there.
Yeah, no,
but if somebody
I agree.
quits halfway through the season,
then just because they're upset or mad,
right,
or whatever,
playing time or whatever,
don't sign them. I think they should make that.
Let them sit in the transfer portal.
So if that quarterback does that, if he doesn't get picked up, then
he's done.
So over 100. Okay, let's be honest. It's $100,000 after taxes. It's probably like 70
in Nevada.
Yeah. So I mean, it's 70, whatever. That's just not a huge amount of money. Right. I mean, I know it sounds like a lot, but
yeah, when you're 18, it sounds like a fortune.
But it's not. It's not that much money, and it was a stupid move, and it just, to me, I would have lost all respect for him. And then I was happy they went out and won the next. I think they lost last week.
Oh yeah, they crushed whoever they played that next week.
But I mean, he's not like the greatest player in the world that's can do those things. So anyway, I never heard of him before he was in the news. So there's my curmudgeon-y thing.
Well, that's why I appreciate like what Arch is doing and what Ashton Genty did. I mean, Ashton Genty had every big school knocking at his door, and I'm staying at Boise State,
and he's going to get the payoff in the pros.
Oh my God, he's going to make ungodly amount of running back money.
If you're that good, you're going to make the money.
Yes.
If you're trying to make all your money in college, that kind of tells me that, you don't really expect to go high or be an NFL guy or whatever.
No, it's try to make my money now for my family.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't like the NIL at all. I think that's why Saban got out, to be honest with you.
It is.
I think it's
100%
sick of it, and the whole just trying to deal with it. It's just another thing you don't need to deal with.
Right.
So
yeah. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. All right. Rapid pick. Texas, Oklahoma.
Oh, Texas.
Texas cover, 14-point cover.
I think they cover.
Ooh, 14 and a hook. So it's 14 and a half.
Tell you what, man, Texas, number one, they're off they had an off week.
So did Oklahoma.
I know. But I think yours is back. And I like Arch, but yours has the experience. And I think the defense of Texas, I'm going to give you, I think it's 35-17.
That's pretty fair.
That's where
I don't
going.
See that Oklahoma offense scoring much.
No,
but I also, they have an elite defense. They have a very good defense. It's going to take Texas a little bit to figure out. I'm saying 28-10.
All right. Well, we'll see.
I don't think it's going to be like that 40-something point blowout.
The queso will be cooking, baby.
The queso will be cooking. And we'll have resident kicker and fantasy expert Boomer with us.
We'll have Boomer in.
Boomer and Co. Because his brother will be here too.
Boomer and Co.
Yes.
All
right. Let's get to your next topic.
NFL?
Yes, sir.
All right.
First off, we have to touch on fantasy. And I know the manager of this team I was playing.
Crushed.
Not the owner.
Crushed your face.
The general manager of this team.
Crushed your face.
Screw you, man.
What? I wasn't playing you. I was playing Medium G and crushed his face.
I said the general manager of the team I played,
I was helping.
Not the owner.
I was helping the Schmanders out.
You got so lucky that Aaron Jones got hurt.
How's that luck?
Because the backup quarterback's the reason I lost, or backup running back's the reason I lost.
Who'd you have?
Who did you have or me?
You.
I was playing Schmanders.
Yes, I know you were. I was helping her.
Are you asking like who I have on the field?
Who was your running back that you said lost your game for you?
A-Chain. Concussion.
He got hurt.
Talking about Ty Chandler, though. Aaron Jones goes out.
I had Ty Chandler.
That's what I'm saying. No, you didn't. Our general manager.
Schmanders did. Yes. I picked them up for her.
You son of a bitch. Those 5 points, though, that was about the difference.
Hey, she did great. I kicked Medium G's butt.
Yeah, you did kick Medium G's butt. And Medium G has been a little high and mighty, so I'm happy to see him take a little hit there.
I think he was He's been beating everybody by a lot. I had to set him down, have a little talk with him.
I wonder if this week he's going to hate fantasy football again. We're back to him hating it.
We're going to call him Grumpy Medium G.
Or Grumpy G.
Grumpy G.
I'm going to say, if career days happen for both Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave and he comes back to beat you, oh my God, the memes you're about to get on your phone are going to be...
No, he's done.
It's not over.
No, he's done.
He has 2 to play.
What's the spread?
He has 2 to play.
How many am I beating?
He has to get, if he can get...
Beating him by like 70 points.
70 points. So if he can get 35 from each of them, he wins.
No, he's not going to get 70. Against Kansas City, ain't going to happen.
Okay. You never know. You guys were shitting all over Kansas City last week. You know, good team. They're bad. So they might.
I thought it was over. Damn you. I got to go look now. I thought it was done.
He's got 2 more.
I had a 99% chance to win.
Yeah. That means he has the 1% that's not 100%.
Oh, my God. I will put in a load in the dumper if that happens.
What's with you and dumpers today? What the hell is going on
throw
here?
a load to dumper
He's
if I
got
lose.
dumpers on the mind over here. Throw a load in the dumper.
I have to throw my dome catchers away.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Off the rails, man.
All right. Can we go to NFL?
Yes.
All right.
Minnesota's legit.
Jets suck.
The Jets suck, but Minnesota is legit.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 friggin' picks.
A lot of crying.
Okay,
a lot of complaining.
What is the deal with Aaron Rodgers? He's been playing for 50 years. He can't watch a fucking play clock.
He hasn't been playing for he's only 40 years old.
Can he not look at a play clock that's literally in front of his face and quit getting...
New stadium, man.
No, every game. Every friggin' game.
New stadium. He never played in
what is his deal?
Hotspur Stadium.
You're sitting watching the clock on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and either friggin' coach calls a timeout or they get a delay game. And I'm like, what? Can you not figure that out?
I will say some of the offensive play calling is kind of head scratching for them, though. And how much of that is Rodgers? Because he's all about running everything.
He can call stuff. I'm sorry. The thing that aggravates me is the friggin' delay games. Plus, he threw 3 picks. One Van Ginkel ran him back for friggin' pick 6. The Van Ginkler.
The Ginkler. The Ginkler.
Yeah, they suck. They're done. It's over.
They looked, man.
They didn't look
They
good.
don't look good.
They
look like a Jets team.
And honestly, they should have got beat by a lot more than they did.
They look like a Jets team, my friend.
It did. But how about the Giants?
Giants did look good.
Friggin' good.
One game.
Well, I'm just maybe they're on the upswing. It's a wide open division over there.
Danny Jones. Danny
J looking good, baby.
He's got the weakest arm. He's the noodle arm, can throw those quick slants they were doing all day.
Yeah, it's all.
But once a team can defend him, it's over.
No, he was okay. He was hoisting them and running though too. Did you see him hoist? Hoist, run. Hoist and run.
I don't know if I call that a run.
He ran a bunch. He was hoisting them.
Like a baby giraffe.
Hey, he beat Seattle.
He
Seattle
did.
Has a good
I know.
team.
They played very well. I'm just giving you shit, but it was pretty. That was a fun game to watch. I had that one on the old quad box.
I was quite. I had it on. And then I had the old laptop going with some other ones.
Oh, nice.
I was watching my Giants, baby. I'm back. So some other game, Baltimore, Cincinnati. Okay, Cincinnati blows.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow threw for almost 400 yards.
It's not their offense right now. It's their defense.
No, they score 30 points every week, and their defense gives up more.
Every single time. They need to use the trade deadline to get something if they want to win.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, Baltimore is no friggin' world beater either. If you're giving up they give up points every week, and they don't look that great. They're barely winning. I don't think they're there at the end either.
Okay.
I hope Lamar, since he's my fantasy quarterback, continues to rack up points. He's going
to rack up points.
Well, because he runs.
Their offense is good.
Yeah, they're fair.
His offense is good.
You know who's good? Derrick Henry.
Oh my God, he's
a
machine.
I got to be honest. That dude is by far the best runner right now.
Have you seen the picture of him? They did a close. He ran that last week. He ran that big one. Did you see the picture of his face while he's running?
No.
Everybody on the internet's they're like, oh my God, I wouldn't get in front of that man either. Yeah, I'm going to look it up while you talk here about.
Well, he did it again. So they were in overtime. Cincinnati. Okay, I got to just replay this because it pissed me off. Because I was rooting for Cincinnati. So they get a turnover, and he has 3 friggin' runs up the middle against the Baltimore defense. Like, that's going to go anywhere. And you got Joe Burrow as your quarterback. Try to get some more yards. They don't. Brings the kicker in. Friggin' Holder gets a kind of a high snap, fumbles the ball a little bit, and the kicker misses it. Baltimore then runs like a play, and then they give it to Derrick Henry down the friggin' sideline for about 40 yards.
He's so good.
It's like, I mean, come on, man. But Cincinnati, I'm sorry, the Cincinnati coach, that was the shittiest play calling I've ever seen. With Burrow in the back, he's on fire, and you run 3 times up the middle against Baltimore. You're not beating anybody doing that, man.
All right, you got your
Pissed me
glass. I know it's an audio medium, but you got to look at that face, buddy.
Oh my God. No, I'd move right out of his way. He is a huge human too. That's pretty good. You guys got to check that meme out.
Please check that out.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. I would be terrified. He is a absolute animal.
And you watch those guys nobody's going to like get in his way. They're barely,
hell no.
They're trying to grab him and
stuff.
Yeah,
they're going for legs and hips.
He is
Hit
that
the hips.
good. He is amazing.
I would not want to be on the receiving end.
No.
Absolutely not.
I think he himself is kind of taking Baltimore on his back there more than Lamar, to be honest with you. Lamar's he turns over the ball and shit too much. Not a fan, as we know.
Hey, are you a fan of Lamar Jackson?
Hey, how about Big G's team?
Big G's team, what, the Bills?
Jacksonville.
That's my team.
I know it is. Mine too. Big G lives in Jacksonville.
That's true. Wait, it's your team too?
I like Jacksonville. I do. I like
Add it to the list of your teams.
I like Trevor Lawrence. He finally had a good game.
If you had a tattoo for every team that was your team, your whole body would be covered.
I like most teams I like. What can I say? I'm
a sports guy.
I'm a fan. I used to like Indy when they had Peyton Manning too. And Andrew Luck.
I will say Trevor Lawrence looked like he was worth the money that game.
But their defense too almost gave up.
Oh my God. So bad. Tank Bigsby, that running back?
Yeah.
Etienne just lost his job.
I know. I had Tank. I believe Tank was my running back this week.
Bigsby?
Fantasy football.
He's a monster, man. He looked good.
I think so.
I think Travis Etienne's going to be not around after this year.
The Tanker did look good.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
They're playing the Panthers, so that is what it is. But the Bears' offense looked very good. Caleb Williams.
Okay. He looked better.
Looked better.
He looked good, but it's the Panthers.
It is the Panthers.
So, I'll give him the credit.
They looked a lot better.
He looked better. But by far the best rookie quarterback is friggin'
Jaden Daniels.
From
oh,
Washington. My God. They're 4-1.
My God. I'll tell you what, they're 4-1, and their defense is doing it. But I also played the Browns. Browns are, oh my God.
The massager.
Jesus Christ. That's dumpster fire.
When do they sit the massager?
Yesterday. It should have been yesterday.
I mean, at some point, you got to just say, dude, you're done. We can't win with you.
Because Jameis will throw 4 picks a game, but he's also going to throw for 500 yards every game.
I mean, he's bad. He was missing he's missing a lot of throws. You know, the other thing that pissed me off, and I'm not a Cleveland fan or anything, but he doesn't even look like he cares.
No, he doesn't care.
I mean,
he got his money. It's all guaranteed.
He just goes there, puts a friggin' stupid towel over his head, thinks about a massage he's getting later.
And
then just goes, what the hell?
We say he probably doesn't care. Let's be honest. They care.
I know.
But how much does he actually care? Like, after a loss, is he like, well, or is he like,
seem that upset?
Because in game, yeah, he's going to care, but afterwards,
he doesn't seem that upset.
Not one bit. You look at people like who are ultra competitive. Hate to say like Tom Brady. If he lost, he was angry. Yeah. You saw how angry he was. You don't see that with him.
I don't. I think they got to. They need to make it because their season's pretty much.
It's over.
They need to decide.
Just
eat the money and move on.
Eat the money. Eat the money.
I would, but
be done with them.
We'll see what they do.
But then, what, you're going to draft a quarterback and be back in that hell again? Like, what do you do?
Well, it's not him. I wouldn't. They should never have picked him anyway. But I don't know if they can even draft.
Here's the problem with those guys that are drafting quarterbacks is they don't have a experienced veteran in front of them.
Yeah.
That can like give these guys a minute to adjust to the speed. We're seeing Caleb Williams 6 games in plus a whole preseason just now, seeing the windows.
Yeah, he's looking better.
Jaden Daniels is a freak. And CJ Stroud is a freak. Those guys, what they did ruined the sport for rookie quarterbacks. They're all going to be thrust into that.
Good. Even Nix is starting to come through. The Bowman.
Right, but how many games? 6 games, right? It took a long time to get there. So, man, I would hate to be any quarterback that comes out and goes to the Browns.
So you look at the Browns. So they had Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield
said he sucked. Now he's a friggin'
gone.
A star over at Tampa Bay. They had who else? They had a couple.
They had Colt McCoy. They drafted, ruined him. They had Baker Mayfield. Flacco was there last year.
Yep.
Who was there before that? They've had quarterbacks,
and the quarterbacks. I think they. I don't think they had the guy in Seattle.
They didn't have Geno Smith.
No.
I'm looking up right now the list of Cleveland quarterbacks. Brandon Weeden was there. Trent Dilfer was there. Brady Quinn was there. They ruined Brady Quinn. Jeff Garcia was there for a while. That's when they were like winning games.
He was actually pretty good.
Ken Dorsey was there a long time ago. I mean, Seneca Wallace was one of them. He was there for a while.
That was a horrible pick.
I know. I wish they would list them in order here. Who's Seneca Wallace?
God, he was a horrible pick.
Let's see. Starting quarterbacks.
I mean,
per season.
You got to go back to Bernie Kosar.
Jacoby Brissett, Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor was there. Deshaun Kaiser, that did not work out. Robert Griffin III was there. Cody Kessler was there.
Honestly, I think they ruined RG3.
The knee problem. The Commanders ruined RG3.
Yeah, but you're right.
Manziel was there. Oh. McCown was there. Josh McCown is not a bad quarterback.
No,
he was there.
They're all bad in Cleveland.
Brian Hoyer was there. He's not a bad quarterback. Brandon Weeden, Colt McCoy. They ruined a lot of.
It is a dumping ground.
It is not good.
No, and I don't think they ruined Deshaun, but I think
Deshaun ruined Deshaun.
Yeah, I don't think he has it. He doesn't have the same anything anymore. Got a lot of money though.
Got a lot of money,
and he's okay with that. Yeah.
Hey, Broncos.
Broncos are what 3-2?
Yeah, quietly playing very good football. Their defense is very stout.
They are good. How about friggin' Buffy getting beat again?
Yeah.
Josh Allen looked like poo poo.
He needs some help, man. But he needs some help on the outside.
He didn't even have that many throws. I don't think.
He needs some help on the outside because no one's open.
I know.
He needs some help on the outside. They need to make that move. They were in the preliminary talks as being a destination for Devontae Adams. Yeah. I think that'd be smart of them to make that move.
Holy shit, he did have a lot of throws. 9 of 30.
No one catches anything.
Holy shit.
He throws a shit ton.
Yeah, I know. Damn.
They need a clear-cut number. And Stephon Diggs wasn't it because there was locker room problems.
Diggs wasn't it.
So that was a good move. But they didn't really. Keon Coleman's young, man. You can't rely on a rookie to be your number one.
Now there were that was disappointing. I'll tell you that I think San Francisco's disappointing.
San Francisco's very disappointing.
They're not even that good. Friggin' the Rams, they're done.
Yep, yeah. I think too many injuries. They're old. They just got too old now.
And then Dallas came back and won last minute last night.
Was ugly.
That was in Dallas. It does not look that great, but dude, CeeDee Lamb needs to you got your money. Shut your hole. Quit with the shit.
Yeah,
I can't stand that stuff, man.
I think, people are blowing that out of proportion because I was doing my investigative.
Did you read his lips?
Lip reading.
All right, what did he think he said?
Jump ball.
Well, I know, but the quarterbacks, they're trying to I get that, but.
I mean, they're just talking. There was no fighting or anything. He just said throw jump balls.
He didn't get a lot of jump balls thrown to him after that.
He didn't have much thrown to him at all.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't throw shit to him.
But they were bracket coveraging him on every play. He had 2 on him the whole time.
Well, they could have unbracketed them. I still wouldn't throw it to him. Bastards.
Unbracketable. Cowboys, man, need to figure some shit out.
Cowboys don't look good.
The Rico Dowdle will look good, though.
I know he was scaring me in your fantasy.
Wait, why would it scare you? Because you weren't playing me.
I was GM for the team you were playing.
Yep, general manager.
I was like, damn, quit giving it to him. Every time he went on the sidelines, I was like, yes.
I know, but then Zeke comes in and goes for a half a yard, and they go, my God, get Dowdle back in there.
Zeke's 100 too. He's done.
Yeah, that was a very quick fall from grace, Zeke Elliott. He was very good, really good, then he was bad.
Running backs, they can't. They got a short life.
Not Derrick Henry, 32.
Not Derrick Henry. He's a man among men.
You know what it is? And when I watch him, he doesn't take a lot of those heavy shots either. And he gets out. He's elusive for how big he is.
And he's fast as crap.
Fast for how big he is. He can. When there's a big hit, he's usually the one giving that hit, and is not taking it very often.
He is. I will tell you. I guess I never noticed it before. He is a man.
Yeah, he's
Holy
huge.
Shit.
He's been huge. Go back and look at him.
He's unbelievably good.
Here's the best. Go back and look at him when he was at Alabama. When they were in the huddle, he's as tall or taller than the lineman.
God, he's amazing, man.
So good.
I gotta tell you, he's number one running back by far in the league.
Oh yeah, now, absolutely.
God, he's brutal.
All right, so after this week, we did have some picks from a couple friends here. We had the first game was Bucks Falcons. Who did the G's pick?
They both went Bucks.
Both lost.
Both lost. Two losers.
Vikings, Jets. They went Vikings, so they got that one.
They both picked the Bears.
They both picked the Bears, yep.
Both picked the Ravens.
Yep.
Both picked the Dolphins.
Yes, they did.
God, I even with a quad, I couldn't watch that game.
That was hard to watch. The Patriots are like unwatchable.
That was 15-10 or something?
Yeah, the Patriots are unwatchable.
Washington, they both picked.
Yep.
Good job.
Jacks.
Colts.
They did not. The Colts did not win.
They both picked the Colts.
Bills, Texans.
I got to tell you now, Big G took the Texans.
Big G did?
Big G. Medium G went Billy Goats.
Broncos, Raiders.
They both took the Broncos.
I think I would have taken the Broncos there too.
Raiders suck.
They're so bad.
I think Minshew's done. They brought O'Connell.
Done? It was never like there. No, he is a backup quarterback.
I know, but I mean, he was their star. Come on.
He's a backup quarterback.
Grumpy little guy. All right, 49ers Cards. We had a big G on the 49ers and medium G on the Cards.
Wow. Medium G. Good. The Cards did look good. The Cards, 49ers look bad.
The Cards, one week they look like world beaters. The next week they suck.
Yep.
And I don't know how to pick them.
You know what that is, though? That's the signs of a growing young team.
Is it? Oh, okay.
So maybe next year they'll be good. Marvin Harrison Jr. is very, very good.
He is good. And Kyler Murray's good. I mean, he is a good quarterback.
Yeah, I believe somebody dropped him this week.
Well, I dropped him because he never scores any friggin' fantasy points, but I still like him.
False.
I'm surprised I like him. He's not the kind of... I usually don't like him.
Yeah, I'm surprised you like him, too. He's Oklahoma quarterback.
I know. I actually do like him. I don't know what to tell you. Packers.
I got some things I can tell you. Packers, Rams.
They both picked Packers.
Hey, they both got right. Giants, Seahawks.
They both picked them on my Giants.
You would have picked the Seahawks.
I would not have picked.
Yes, you would have.
You would.
No, you don't.
No way.
No, you don't.
No way.
I have text messages saying, "My God, Daniel Jones can't throw a ball."
Yeah, I still would have picked them though. I'm loyal, man.
Cowboys, Steelers.
We had a Cowboy for Big G and a Pittsburgh for Medium.
That means Big G took it away from Medium G there this week.
They do, and of course we always do. We shouldn't even do Monday anymore because we can't do them. They both picked the Saints tonight,
which that's erroneous.
Not going to win.
How the hell? And you guys fighting that Kansas City's not the best team. Tell me now, after this week,
they got to.
Who do you put ahead of them?
I mean, Minnesota's got a good team.
They do have a very good team.
I will tell you, here's my top team. Minnesota, I got to put Washington up there.
But they're not, I would not, if on a neutral site, if Washington was playing Kansas City, who would you pick?
Well, I'd go with Kansas City because of the experience. I mean, that's just kind of...
That plays into it, though.
Well, we'll see how it works today.
Like, I would feel more comfortable saying Minnesota beats Kansas City than saying the Commanders beat Kansas City.
Possible. Okay.
There's a lot more...
I think Buffy and Houston are still in the top.
Houston for sure. Buffalo, yeah.
I think Buffalo is. They're
going to win.
They always do this every year. They're never going to just They do this every year. They're going to be there. Right. Plus, their division sucks. So,
yes.
I mean,
yes.
Jets, Miami, New England. Come on.
New England is so bad.
New England's horrid. Miami is horrid.
And New England lost to them.
And the Jets are friggin' horrid. So, I mean.
Yeah, that's a rough.
That's not. They're going to win that easily.
Right. Of the teams with losing records,
yeah.
Who do you see making a playoff push? So let's start. Let's say the AFL first. You've got New England, Miami, New York Jets. I don't think any of them are.
I don't think they do.
Pittsburgh, Cleveland or Cincinnati.
Nope.
Cincinnati's got to figure something out. They have to win out.
They only got one win though.
I know. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Indianapolis. Nope.
You know what? I would have said Jacksonville till I actually watched. Their defense just is bad.
It's very bad.
So it's not in Indy. Maybe
they got it.
They're bad. None of them.
They got
all right. Yeah. None of them.
But some of them have to make it, right? Because there's so many teams that are losing in that side.
Out of all those teams, I would
say Indy. Las Vegas, and then the Chargers. I think the Chargers could make a run.
Chargers are 3-2, I think, aren't they?
2-2.
2-2. I think the Chargers could. They're not going to go very far, but I'm a Charger guy. I like Herbie.
So, man, it's just kind of crazy how awful the AFC really is right now.
Yeah, they're bad. They have some
kind of
good
across the
teams.
board.
Yeah.
Kansas City's good. Houston's good. Baltimore 3-2. Buffalo 3-2.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's 3-2, but Pittsburgh's like a very ugly 3-2.
They don't. You know what? And Justin Fields is doing better there. They just don't really score enough points, though.
They're a classic Mike Tomlin team. It is just,
that's
physical, hard to watch football.
they got to score more points. They have no offense, man.
They find ways to win.
Yeah, they do.
Not this week though.
Not with Big Ben. They used to have a big offense with Big Ben when they were there.
All right, NFC is a little more intriguing because there's some big names that are started out slow, right? Giants are, and you could say Philly at 2-2. Philly probably makes a run.
Oh, Philly will.
The Giants are not going to.
They might after yesterday. I was impressed. Yep, I'm going Giants.
Oh my God. Bears? No, wait. Everybody in the NFC North is over 500, right, which is kind of crazy.
They're done.
No. The Bears are 3-2.
No, that's what I mean. They're all right now.
That's kind of crazy. Crazy to think about. It's not necessarily how it's always been. NFC South. This one's kind of like Carolina is ass. New Orleans at 2-2.
I think I think they're good.
They lose tonight.
I think they're still in.
And Tampa Bay and Atlanta.
Tampa Bay is
NFC
good.
South is like,
that's a tough one. I think
Atlanta's pretty good.
Atlanta is good too, but I can tell you something. Tampa Bay's defense blew that game.
Yeah.
But I will say Atlanta, I think he's finally getting his groove there.
Horrid play calling.
Yeah.
Horrid play calling in Atlanta.
So I think those two teams, all those teams I think in that division are still in the running.
Question about Atlanta. Why does Bijan why is he on the sideline so much?
I don't know. I never understood that either.
Why don't they got those guys in the game?
Remember the old days when freaking running backs they just were in. I like the old days.
They were bigger, though.
I like the old days.
They were bigger. They were bigger human beings. They were all Derrick Henrys. No, they weren't.
Larry Zonka and Jim Kick, they were in. Mercury Morris, he was in, baby.
Barry Sanders was a smaller guy, but shifty.
He was in.
Yeah, I know.
When those guys came out, it was for a quick breather. It wasn't like
committee.
Yeah.
Backed by committee.
Yeah.
I honestly think Derrick Henry might be one of the last Hall of Fame, unless we see like Ashton Genty comes in and is doing what he's doing at Boise State.
Doesn't matter though.
I don't think we see a lot of Hall of Fame wide receivers for a while.
Yeah, running backs.
That's
running backs.
Yeah, sorry, running backs. At one point, it's got to be because these defenses are going to get smaller and smaller. At one point, they're going to say, "Okay, let's start running the ball." Right?
I will say this: Detroit. They actually run Jahmyr Gibbs a lot. Mm-hmm. They have two running backs.
They run David Montgomery more.
They have two running backs that they actually run the ball a lot. And I think in San Diego, not San Diego anymore, but the Chargers,
they're going to run the ball a lot because it's Harbaugh.
I think gets a year under his belt. I think he starts drafting and getting the players that he wants, and they're going to be running. He does it now. He runs the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. NFC West. Rams are out.
Rams are done.
Arizona, San Francisco, both at 2 and 3.
I think San Francisco obviously is still in it. Arizona's like 50-50. They looked really good for the 2 games they won.
Mm-hmm.
And then they looked like shit for the ones they didn't. So I don't know about them yet.
They're very streaky.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting look at it.
Yeah.
Who's been all right, 5 weeks in now. We do this each week, but now who's the big surprise for you?
Washington.
Still?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. It's got to say Washington, right? I don't know. Minnesota's pretty surprising.
Minnesota always has a good team, though. Washington has been ass for years.
They've been very bad for a long time.
And for them to be sitting at 4-1 and actually like really winning games, they're not just barely winning. They're freaking beating people.
Yeah.
I think they're the biggest surprise.
I got to shift my biggest disappointment to Cincinnati.
God, yeah, they're bad, man. They're bad. Their defense
for
is
no reason. They
bad.
shouldn't be bad.
When your offense can score that much and your defense is that bad, it's got to be really frustrating. If you're scoring 30 points, you should be in. You should not be 1-4.
Right. They have given up the second most points.
What, outside of
Carolina?
Carolina, yeah.
Carolina's given up 165. Oh my God, that's a lot. Cincinnati has given up 145, scored 140 points, and given up 145 points. So they're losing like 1-point games. It's all very close games.
It is, but the
defense is not good.
How many points do you need to score? Jesus.
Right. I mean, they have 140 on the year, which is, let's see, I've got the Washington's ahead of them on that.
Yeah, Washington's scoring a lot of points.
Washington has the most points. Baltimore has 147. Buffalo has 142. And then it's Cincinnati. They're top 5 in scoring. Yeah. And you're 1-4.
Yep.
That's a problem.
I think Burrow came out and said we're not a championship team right now.
No.
He knows that. So they're going to struggle. They're struggling this year. They're definitely probably one of the bigger. I think San Francisco is a huge disappointment. They're not good.
A lot of injuries.
Got a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries.
But I mean, you got that's the way it goes. You still got to win the games.
Yeah, and they're plus in the run differential and point differential too. Yeah. So it's like an anomaly almost. They're plus 20 and they have a losing record.
Yep.
So we'll see.
But they just don't. They don't look like the same team though.
They don't look like last year's team.
No, they don't. They had like that machine look last 2 years. They don't have that this year.
Yeah. Interesting run.
Interesting stuff. What can we say?
Are we doing any picks this week? Or are we going to save it for, because I've done one, you've done one, the G's have done one, and Boomer has done one. Maybe we'll save it for our next guest.
There you go. We'll save it for the next guest.
Bunch
of losers. I think Big G won this week, didn't he?
Big G beat
I won.
Medium G.
Medium G's out. He's out.
And
if Medium G scores friggin' 70 points tonight, I'm going to be really pissed.
He might.
No, he ain't.
He might.
I honestly thought it was over. Now I'm nervous.
You are winning by 70 points.
I'm nervous.
Yes, I planted the seeds and it's working.
All right. What else you got?
Sports-wise, hey, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome past weekend. And, man, there's some really cool weekends coming up, right? And 2 weekends from now in Austin, Texas has Georgia here. But not only is Georgia here, you also have F1 weekend that weekend. So a lot going on here. ACL Fest is going on at the moment. So a lot happening here in the town.
Austin's a happening place, man. Wow. It's going to be fun watching the game, though. So I'm looking forward to the game on, that's a sports weekend. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Got baseball, football, and
a
new sport for you, soccer.
I like it. We're going to check it out, and we'll report back here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you guys are enjoying it, please give us that like on whatever you're listening it on. Listening to us on, my God, my words are...
If you're listening on...
Oh, God.
Yowzer.
You're a jerk. Anyways, whatever platform you're listening to us on, definitely give us a rating there. Definitely helps us out and gets us in front of more eyes so we can share our horrible takes with everybody in the world. Yeah, we have some bad takes just over the time. I've went back and listened to a couple. We had some. Our first couple takes, those first, when we were learning this podcasting thing, were pretty awful, my friend.
Okay, well, shit.
But please do rate that for us. If you have any questions, send them in, the bunkandpickpodcast@gmail.com. And check out the socials, all the social medias.
All the socials.
All of those socials. If you don't got anything else, any parting words?
I got nothing, except for we're rolling balls. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.